Today, I want to talk about what can be a very touchy subject, and it's networking. For some people, they love it. The idea of walking into a crowded and bustling conference hall is exciting and invigorating. But for others, it's not so easy. Love it or not, networking can change your entire career. Hello friends, I'm Ashleystahl, a career coach, host of the U-Turn podcast, keynote speaker, and best-selling author of the book also named U-Turn. Get unstuck, discover your direction, and design your dream career. And it's safe to say that networking probably isn't something that introverts are that excited about. For some, it's absolutely terrifying and it's the last thing they want to be doing. Others might be comfortable walking up to someone and letting them lead the conversation. In fact, according to HubSpot, a whopping 85% of jobs are filled through networking. And yet, 25% of people don't invest any time in networking at all. Are you in that 25%? I certainly hope not. Early on in my career, I managed to network my way into a management level position for the Pentagon. Yep, the Department of Defense in Washington, D.C. And no, I didn't have a ton of experience before. In fact, before that, I was an administrative assistant at an ad agency making minimum wage. That, my friend, is the power of networking. So you're probably wondering, once you're in the conversation, what do you say? As a career coach, that's a question I get all the time. There are two essential questions that I always ask in a networking conversation. Now, feel free to let the conversation go natural or ask follow-up questions, but do make sure to ask these two questions in your networking conversations. Number one is, what got you to where you are? Or some version of that question. Here's the deal. If you want to be interesting, be interested. It's that simple. People love talking about themselves. In fact, according to a study from the National Academy of Sciences, I wasn't surprised to hear that 30 to 40% are focused on themselves. So the first thing you want to do is get someone to talk about themselves and their background. It'll automatically make them more comfortable and more open, and it's the perfect way to authentically connect, set yourselves up for follow-up conversations, and build an actual real relationship. Be sure to talk both about their personal and professional life, because talking about your personal life can give you an opportunity to find things in common with them. Good follow-up questions to ask throughout this question are how they got started in their industry and their company, or what brings them to the specific event that they're at, how they spend their time outside of work, what their typical day looks like in any industry, and any specific industry information that you might want to know. Be sure to add them on LinkedIn as a way to stay in touch and keep track of that relationship. Number two, the second question to always ask in your networking conversation is, do you have any insight for how I can stand out as a candidate for, and then stay what position it is? So if you're interested in applying for jobs or pivoting into the work that they do, this is a really powerful question, because you're not asking them to pass your resume along and you're not asking them to do anything for you, but it gives them the opportunity to offer their help. And if they don't, it's all good. But more often than not, they'll probably say, well, I can pass your resume to HR, because let's face it, that's probably the way we all know that you can stand out. Networking is a waste of time if you don't keep in touch. It's truly a way of life. And when you keep networking, you're able to become a true giver, because the more people you know, the more people you can help, the more people you can connect with each other. It's a game of abundance. Just make sure to always ask them these two questions, whether in person or on the phone or online. And I would love to hear from you in the comments below. What's the best question you've ever asked or been asked while networking? And why did it work for you? In the meantime, I'll see you next week.